Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to explain all the things you need to know about first species counterpoint in music. Some of it can be confusing, but as long as you have the following guidelines that I'm going to explain, it should be a lot more simple to figure out. So this is everything that I'm going to talk about in this video. So the first thing we're going to touch on is that all harmonic intervals must be consonant with first species counterpoint. That means we can only have thirds played at the same time, fifths, sixths, and octaves. So an example of a third would be C to E. An example of a fifth would be C to G. An example of a sixth, C to A. And then of course our octave would be C to C. The next important thing to know is that there are no dissonances allowed. So played at the same time, we cannot have seconds, fourths, or sevenths. Whether they be augmented or diminished, they're both dissonant. So a second would be something like C to D, right? It kind of doesn't sound very good. And a fourth, this is the thing, C to F is a fourth. It sounds good, except in first species counterpoint, it's not allowed because harmonic fourths are considered dissonant and melodic fourths are consonant. But this, not allowed in first species counterpoint. And lastly, sevenths are considered dissonant, so C to B, not allowed. All right, so that covered harmonic intervals. So quick review, harmonic intervals allowed in first species, they must be consonant. So thirds, fifths, sixths, and octaves are the only ones allowed to be played at the same time. And then no dissonances. So we're not allowed to have any augmented or diminished chords, no seconds, fourths, or sevenths played at the same time. Now moving on to melodic intervals, which means you're not playing it at the same time, but you're moving from note to note. All melodic intervals must be consonant, with the exception of a second in stepwise motion. But keep in mind that augmented and diminished seconds are not allowed. And then of course, do not move both parts in parallel fourths, fifths, or octaves. Like I said, the second is the only dissonant interval allowed in first species counterpoint. So to demonstrate what I meant by the second is the only interval allowed in first species counterpoint moving melodically in stepwise motion, it would mean you can't play this at the same time, because that would be harmonic, but melodic, you can go, right? Because then it just sounds like a scale like that you're starting. So as long as you know these guidelines, this can set you up for success at knowing the basics of first species counterpoint in music. I hope that helped. It was hard for me to find a video that thoroughly explained what is needed to be known about this, so I hope this helps. Feel free to comment if you have any better videos that you found, and if you have any questions, I am here to help. Have a wonderful day.